So I've had lots of questions on shipping. I'm going to make a quick 3 to 5 minute video right now, just showing you a couple different things, how to pack a large number of items in a box and what happens if you change from a smaller box to a bigger box, and different shipping things that will happen while you're shipping. Hopefully will relieve some of your worries and concerns, but ask in the comments if there's anything specific in the future that you want me to cover. Again, this is just a quick little overview of some bigger items. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is when an order is over a certain weight. So you see this is 443 ounces and it wants to put it in a 12 by 12 by 12 box. But if you click on it, you're going to be able to edit that order and you're going to be able to change the size of that box for free up to a certain size. So what I like to do is I like to play around with it to see how much space I have before I make the box for these items. It's automatically going to go in a 12 by 12 by 12, but let's see if it'll go in a 14 by 14 by 14. After you put that in, it's not going to change anything yet until you actually hit that you want to save it. So you look down and look, it's not going to charge me any money to up that box to a 14 by 14 by 14. Let's see if we can make the box even bigger. So I'm going to make the box a 16 by 14 by 14, and it's still going to let me do that for free. So right now we have made that box much bigger to fit our 443 ounces in. Let's see if it'll let me make a 16 by 16 by 14. Okay, and here is where you see it is now going to charge me $18.90 to make that box that big. So we're going to go back up and we're going to keep it a 16 by 14 by 14, and I'm going to go pull all those items, pack and ship them, and make sure they can fit in that box. So now I want to show you how changing something from 15 ounces to just 16 ounces is going to charge you. And that is because anything under 16 ounces is going to go ground, but everything over 16 to 80 is going to go priority. So if you're changing to 15, 16, it's going to charge you $2 to change that, or use one of your adjustments, but you really want to save those in case you have a really big mess up. So we're going to put that back down to 15, and I'm going to make sure it is under 15 ounces. Okay, this one is a little different. This one is 11 items, but only for 33 ounces because they're small, in a 12 by 12 by 12. So with this one, I want to show you that if you change it from 33, which is priority, to 133, which is making it ground, it is going to tell you you have one charge that isn't covered by your free adjustment. So even though it's only $3.28, it is not going to cover that because it is too big of a jump. You are clearly selling it incorrectly. Now, I do want to show you this, though. If you have 33 ounces and you need to put it in a bigger box, you can change it to a 14 by 12 by 12. It's not going to be free because you're not over the box size. They didn't pay for this, but it is going to let you use one of your allowances. Even though it's more money than it was to change the other, it's $8 to change. You can pay the $8 or you can use one of your allowances to change that. But it's small, so we're not going to need to do that. So I am going to even do one better, and I'm going to make it the correct box size, which is a 5 by 5 by 5, and that adjustment is going to be free to make because I'm making it smaller below the equivalent of a 12 by 12 by 12. The next thing I want to show you is how you do not have to put it in a completely square box. If it is the equivalent of a 12 by 12 by 12, it should ship for free. So we are going to do it, or for the price that you already charged, we're going to change it to an 18 by 10 by 5, and it is below the 1,728, so we're going to go down, and that is going to cost me nothing to change it. So even though it is 18 inches long, it isn't going to change anything because it's an 18 by 10 by 5, which is under the dimensional square footage that it needs to be. But if we change it to a 20 by 10 by 4, let's see if that changes anything. Now this is 20 inches long. It's still free. It is still not making you pay any extra because it is still under the dimensional size. This was a super quick overview. Please put your questions in the chat for what you want me to go over next, and I'll see you on Whatnot. Thank you.